Hey y'all, so this is the first part of my June wrap-up. So these first 2 weeks have been great. I am making great headway in Robert Jordan's The First Wheel of Time book, Eye of the World. So I'm 3/4 of the way through it at this point, so I will be definitely finishing it this month and then probably starting The Great Hunt toward the end. But it has been a great ride so far. I've started a new project here on the channel for my reading journal of the Wheel of Time. Those are going to be released on Wednesdays. You've probably already seen a couple videos, but I'll make sure to have a card up over here, I think, toward the end of the video. That way, if you want to check those out, you can. They are completely filled with spoilers for the chapters that are listed in the title. So if you've read those chapters, feel free to join in because it's just filled with spoilers. If you haven't read it, then don't watch the video because that's all it is. It's nothing but spoilers. The other book that I'm reading is Theft of Swords. It's the Rhaeria Revelations. It's technically the first 2 books bound up in one. I have finished the first book, so I'm about halfway through, and it is hilarious. I absolutely love the dialogue. I love the banter. The character relationships are amazing. And the first book was really good. It has some great high points. I don't really have a lot of complaints at this point about this book. I'm surprised that not a lot of people are talking about it, but I'm excited to do a full review of it when I finish the other half toward the end of this month. So be on the lookout for that. For my audiobooks, I am listening to Convenience Store Woman, and it's a pretty short book. I haven't finished it. I've got maybe half an hour left of it, so I'm super close to finishing it, but it's really interesting. It's translated from Japanese, so you can really see the cultural differences, and I like that. It's very interesting to kind of learn a little bit about that culture. I'm really enjoying it. Also, I was listening to Blood of Elves on audio, but because listening to Eye of the World and physically reading Eye of the World is going so well, I have bought Blood of Elves. I'm waiting for it to get shipped, but once I get that, I'm going to try to read and listen to the audio at the same time to finish Blood of Elves. I don't know what it is, but the audio is just not getting it for me for The Witcher. I can't explain it. I really thought I would love these books because I loved the games before the books, I loved the games way back before even the show was a thing. I loved the first Witcher game before the second and third one even came out. So I'm really surprised at myself that I haven't latched onto these books as much as I have. So I'm thinking that it's probably just the audio. I'm hoping that combining, kind of like I am with, like I said, Eye of the World, I'm hoping that it will help me truly enjoy the books because I feel like I will once I get through them. I just have to get through them. So I'm going to start doing that toward the end of the month as well. I'm pretty excited about it, and I think it's going to help. So we'll see, and I will see you all in the next part of the video. Hey y'all, so this is the end of my June wrap up, which is kind of weird because I'm filming this in the middle of July. I'm sure y'all have noticed that I haven't posted anything for about a week. I've had a crazy July, and I feel like I shouldn't properly talk about it until I guess my next video, but I'll touch on a little bit here too. I have been getting new floors, and then I broke my phone, so I had no way to do anything pretty much for well over a week. We've been going through it, guys. It's been pretty rough, but I did for the month of June. I'll talk about the last half of it because the last half of June was actually pretty good for me. It was before all of this stuff started. So I did finish Theft of Swords, which is the first 2 books in the Rhaeria Revelations, and it was so much fun. I had a great time reading it. I still love the witty banter between Royce and Hadrian. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to do a full review on it because that is in the works. I'm just really behind on all my filming because of everything going on, but it is coming. But I did finish it. It was great. I'm not sure what I'd rate it, maybe 4, maybe 5 stars. I just had a great time with it. In more great news, I finished The Eye of the World, which is the first book in the Wheel of Time series. I really liked this book. I think this video is going to be going up on Tuesday this week, and so Wednesday I'll have my next installment of the chapter by chapter breakdown that I've been doing for this book. I'm behind. Like I said, I don't want to say I skipped a week. I missed a week because I wasn't able to film. So that's why my camera is probably, my settings are a little weird right now. I've got a new camera that I'm having to try to figure out how I'm filming with. So the sound and video may be off, and I do apologize. But no worries. I will be getting these back in the rotation very soon. Hopefully this week. That is the plan, is to get back on track with that, because it definitely wasn't my intention to skip a week on these. As far as audiobooks go, I finished Convenience Store Woman, and it was really cute. It was really short. My only complaint was that a couple of times, or well, several times throughout the book, I felt like things were repeated, like certain sentences or phrases. They would repeat themselves a lot in dialogue, and I don't know if that's from the translation or not, but overall I still really liked the story. I liked how it ended, and I would definitely give it, you know, a solid 3 stars. I definitely think it was worth reading. It just wasn't anything, you know, next level, but it was a good solid story, and I liked that our main character stayed true to herself in the end. I really enjoyed it. A lot more than I thought I was going to, even with the cultural differences, which were kind of interesting to get used to, but it was so fun to learn. And I don't know, like I said, the translation may have been a little off sometimes, so I don't know if that played a part in it, but it was good. Last audio that I finished was Eleanor Oliphant is Perfectly Fine, or Completely Fine. I can't remember which one it is, but that was a really good one too. I really enjoyed her character, and I could relate to her in a lot of different situations that she found herself in, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good solid story. Sometimes these stories, they don't have huge plots. The point of the story is this person's life, and I enjoy those books probably a lot more than a lot of other people do, because I really love character. So sometimes books that I love because they have just the story of those people. Other people that I've talked to that read those same books, they find it boring because nothing really happens. And I think things happen in this book. It's just more character development rather than action. But I still find that enjoyable. So if you really like action, it may not be a book for you, but I did like it because I love character and character development. So, I mean, 4 books this month, I mean, that's pretty good. That's really good for me, actually, and I'm hoping that'll kind of make up for how terrible the first half of July has been. I did meet my year goal on Goodreads. My year goal this year was 24 books, because I was worried about finishing 2 books a month, and I completed 24 books in 6 months. Very proud of myself. Not what I expected at all. I did not expect to meet this goal halfway through the year. I thought I would struggle to get it, or maybe if I didn't struggle per se, then it would be very close to the end of the year when I hit it. So I updated my year goal to 36. I didn't want to double it. I was a bit too afraid of jumping up too much. Bumped it up to 36. Doing pretty good with that so far. I'll talk about that in July. Or in July's wrap up, but June is done, and I finally got this wrap up filmed, which is all I wanted. It's been just a wild month, absolutely wild. I'm sorry if, like I said, the camera settings are a little bit off. It's probably not going to be what you're used to, or the sound may be a little off. I'm having to use a converter, so I'm just going to play around with it. But I wanted to get this out there, get the next Wheel of Time up, so I'm just ready to move forward and get past those 2 atrocious weeks, and things are looking up a little bit for me, so that's good news. So I hope you guys have had a better month than I, and let's just keep getting through this crazy wild year of 2020. Y'all take care.